Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube. I got moves. Like Jagger. Famous now. Available in the fall of 2022. The album launch, the concert, the tour. Just like Gabbie Hanna. Dad AF. I swear. Rock on, girl. Just woman. Beast. How are you guys doing today? Okay, this is literally like the 16th time that I have filmed my intro because every single time something has gone wrong. I'm like, am I not supposed to be filming this video? Is this like the gods at work to say, okay, the intro is not working anymore. The fan has gone behind me. It's gone over there. It's gone everywhere. I'm like, this is a mess. I got so far in my video, I started putting on my lip gloss, but then I found out my lip gloss wasn't next to me and I had to go up and get in the kitchen. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to start it over. It's been like 18 times of filming this intro. So anyway, here we are, okay? We've made it through the intro. Today, in my deep dive investigation of Gabbie Hanna, we're going to discuss whether or not she's delusional. I can't speak. I can't speak. What is going on with me? Why can't I get through this video? It's because of the curse of Gabbie Hanna. Okay. We're going to discuss today in my deep dive. Hi, I'm Peter, and welcome to another episode of Investigative Reports. Today, we're going to discuss the underbelly of the world of Gabbie Hanna, the Gabbie Show. Is she delusional or is she a dreamer? And some say she's not the only one, just like the Beatles. Listen, Gabbie. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Gabbie. Okay, a microphone and a stage do not a rock star make. And I'm going to prove it in this video to you today. But anyway, before I get into this video discussing Gabbie Hanna, which I kind of hinted at in my Q&A that I did yesterday. Thank you guys that watched my Q&A. I really appreciate it. But there's some very special birthday shout-outs. Well, I mean, not birthday shout-outs, but people that made my birthday special for me. I don't care at this point. I'm just going to tell you, okay? I don't care how screwed up this video goes. I'm just going to publish it with all the mistakes in it. I know y'all don't care. I know it's what you've come to expect from the person that doesn't edit, so it is what it is. Okay, but there are some people that I really need to give a very special thank you to that made my birthday fantastic yesterday, okay? And in all sincerity. And the first one is Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star was kind enough yesterday to fly me out to his ranch in Wyoming for my birthday. It was so much fun. My husband and I sat out in the field with Hilda the yak. I don't know if she's a pet or if she's going to be meat real soon. Jeffree did offer us some of the yak jerky. I told him I was a vegetarian, so he just brought me a pile of hay from his warehouse out there. But I do want to thank Jeffree Star. It was so nice. Then he flew me to LA. I couldn't believe it. I haven't been to LA in a long time. And he took me to his distribution center and his warehouse and all that kind of stuff. And I got to be in a new Jeffree Star photo shoot for his new palette coming out real soon. It's called Balls Deep. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, Balls Deep with Jeffree Star. I was like, this is fantastic. I can't wait, you know? So then Trisha Paytas, she sent over, because she don't leave her house very often anymore, she sent over one of her expired glitter boxes. I could not have been happier to receive a t-shirt of Trisha Paytas and a tumbler. She threw some of her old skincare in there. I don't know what happened. What happened with that skincare line? Nobody talks about that anymore. Woo, just kind of managed it. And then, okay, on my way back to the airport, I just played with some Shane Dawson slimes because there's so many just like floating around the Jeffree Star warehouse because they can't get rid of those. And then when I showed up at the airport, Gabbie Hanna showed up and she sang me a rock ballad that she wrote herself, inspired by poetry in her poetry books. And I was like, oh my God, Gabbie, you didn't have to. And she was like, no, I wanted to do this for you. And I was like, no, seriously, Gabbie, you didn't have to. I wish you hadn't, okay? And she's like, ah! And I was like, oh my God, it's my birthday, oh my God. So anyway, I I do want to thank all of them for making my birthday awfully special. I had the best birthday yesterday. I mean, to be at a yak ranch and have Gabbie Hanna scream in my face was amazing. I loved it so much, you know. So anyway, but in all seriousness, I do want to say thank you to all of you that reached out to me yesterday and left me just the most glowing comments on my video and DM'd me and tweeted me and everything. It was so fantastic. I really, really appreciate it. I had such a great birthday yesterday, and it was just so calm and peaceful. I went to brunch with my husband and my cousin. We hung out at the pool all day with friends, and then we went and saw Jurassic World last night, and I ate too much popcorn with movie butter. And I just really had a very peaceful and serene day. And in fact, on the way home from the movie, I said to my husband, I said, you know, if every day of my life going forward could be exactly like today, surrounded by people that love me, and just, you know, feeling calm, feeling peaceful, and doing things that I enjoy, like, that would be an amazing life. I wouldn't ask for anything more than that, you know? And I think especially, I grew up not having a lot of friends. I was just talking about this on my vlog the other day. You know that I can remember spending birthdays just with one parent or just with another. And there's one very memorable birthday that I had where I wanted a VCR. My dad had one at his house, and this was when way back when VCRs first came out. My mom didn't have one at her house, and so we got a VCR for my birthday. And my mom and I, we like rented all these Alfred Hitchcock movies and Arsenic and Old Lace, and that's not an Alfred Hitchcock movie, but anyway. And then we came back and we got Chinese food and we ate it, and then we stayed up late and we watched Rear Window and had peanut butter sandwiches and ate apples with salt, and the wind was blowing in from the woods into our TV room, and it just was such a great memory. But, you know, I spent most of my birthdays without friends or surrounded by kids my own age. And so yesterday, to have this massive outpouring of love from all of you really was just like, I don't know, it made me feel so incredibly loved, and I want to say thank you. So, all right, let's get into today's video. Before I do, I need to put on a little lip gloss because I have lots to say, okay? So here you go. Somebody left a comment the other day about, I get so upset about the time stamping and whatever. You guys, I'm joking about that, okay? I do believe that my videos start at 0.00 just because it's like, you know, like when you watch the Johnny Carson show, I know I'm not any Johnny Carson or Jimmy Kimmel or Dave Letterman. Listen, I know I'm not them yet, okay? But like when you watch them, there's 15 to 20 minutes of like, just like, you know, going back and forth with, you know, the co-host or the band leader or whatever. And that's kind of what I see my intro as being on this. And then I get into talking about what I talk about over here. And I think for those people that have watched for a long time, you kind of know that. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you fast forward through the introduction, like at all. Like that doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't get upset about people timestamping my videos. I think there was a time that it kind of bothered me. Now I just kind of expect it. If you want to timestamp the video so other people can find out when a T starts, that doesn't hurt me. I don't delete those comments or whatever. It just is what it is, right? I know that there are people that don't have that much time in their day. I'm just happy you're watching my videos and you're showing up. So if you want to timestamp videos, timestamp videos. I just wanted to say something about that because I got a comment the other day and somebody said, I love your videos, but you get so upset when people timestamp them. No, I'm joking about that. I really am. So anyway, all right, so let's talk about Gabbie Hanna. Oh, I was going to say, I need to put lip gloss on, and then you can see, like, my throat. My voice is going because I've been singing all day because I'm going to be a rock star like Gabbie Hanna. So I want to open this sparkling pineapple juice that I got at Trader Joe's, but I do need to put in, because I don't want to mess up my lip gloss, so I need to put this glass straw in here. So I can... All right, so let's talk about Gabbie Hanna. Gabbie Hanna has announced she is going on tour, okay? And Gabbie, this summer, well, we're already a month into the summer, and the kids, who are a huge audience of Gabbie Hanna, they go back to school very soon. So I don't know when this tour is starting. She hasn't, I don't think, listed the dates yet. There's a website that you can go to get notifications from all this is going to come out. But let me tell you how this kind of all unfolded for me. Hold on just a second. Okay, so let me go back into my receipts. Whitney, whatever you want, anything you want, bun, baby. Want bun. I want the receipts. Okay, so I went back and I was looking at all this kind of stuff because I had seen this come up on Gabbie's thing and whatever. And she said on 6/18, I am so excited to go on tour. And I'm like, Gabbie Hanna is going on tour. Okay. So that was on 6/18. Then, hold on a second. This was 2 days after she had this concert that she did, which we're going to talk about in Los Angeles for a second. Hold on a second. Where is this? That I have this. Well, anyway, she had said something. Oh, I think it's on her Twitter. I think I have it pulled up on the Twitter. Don't call in sick with the tweets. Okay, hold on. Where is it at? Gabbie Hanna. I should have already had this all pulled up. I apologize, you guys. Okay, so this is just from a couple days ago. I almost said Tanya Jean. I was just talking to my best friend, Tanya Jean. Should Tanya Jean tour this summer with me? Oh my God, we should. Okay, so 3 days ago, Gabbie Hanna said, should I tour this summer? Okay, and somebody responded and said a total of 3 people will go. You know, so, but the majority of the comments, because Gabbie Hanna really only lets people that follow her, that she's approved, comment on her thread. Most of the people were like, yes, I want to go, but my parents will have to come with me and I don't want to bring one of my parents to the show. Okay. How old are you is my question. That if you go to a concert, you bring one of your parents, okay? That's not like a 15 or a 16. That's like a 12 or a 13-year-old. And when you read the thread underneath here, the majority of the people are that young because they're making comments like that. Not to mention that there's a lot of people that are begging her to come to the UK, begging her to come to, you know, Australia. And it's like, what is it going to both coasts? What is this tour of Gabbie Hanna going to look like? And can you imagine how much money that's going to be? I mean, I think that there's this misconception about tours and rock stars, you know? And one of those misconceptions, I think, is that rock stars make tons and tons of money off of touring, right? And I know a lot of people, that are in the ticket sales business, okay? And big ticket sales people. And really, for the artist, it's marketing of their music to go on tour, right? Like, they don't make tons of money off of all of this. Do they make some money? And you're sure, it's great, you know? If you're on a huge level. But somebody like Gabbie Hanna going city to city to city and having to pay the bar, which most of the venues that she'd be able to book wouldn't be for people that were under 18 years old to even come to, because it would be like a bar, right? So a bar, you would pay, or you would receive a certain amount of, the bar would receive a certain amount of like the ticket prices, plus probably the bar, whatever proceeds from that. So Gabbie Hanna's not going to make a lot of money from touring. So this is going to be expensive for Gabbie Hanna, right? But Gabbie Hanna has got it in her mind that she is going to be a rock star, that this is going to happen to her, okay? And this is the beginning of the delusion of Gabbie Hanna. And I am not anybody to take away somebody's dreams, okay? If you want to be a rock star, be a rock star. But then let's discuss what needs to occur for that to happen, okay? Let's talk about the reality of what really needs to occur, because Gabbie Hanna put out this tweet. Hold on a second. Let me get back to my receipts. She retweeted somebody. Hold on, where's it at? And somebody said, Gabbie Hanna could become the next artist to receive, I think it's called EGOT status. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's EGOT. She just needs to win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony, okay? So that's like, there's like a term for when you win like Miss Teen Indiana, Miss Indiana, USA, and then Miss USA. It's called something. I can't remember that. Well, this EGOT status or EGOT status is when you win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. And there's very few people out there that have ever achieved this, right? Gabbie Hanna retweets it and says, and I will. Grammy first, then Tony, then Oscar, then Emmy, okay? And I'm like, well, girl, I'm happy for you for your positive affirmations and stuff like that. But what are you doing to make this happen, okay? And this is the problem. Gabbie Hanna put out this series, all right? And I know I keep on belaboring this point and talking about it, but she put this series of videos out really coming for all of these YouTubers that at one time or another had supported her career, and she came out and then they came back out at her, okay, because they had had enough of all of this stuff from Gabbie Hanna, and it hurt. I mean, it destroyed, really hurt and destroyed her career. She has never since come out and taken any accountability, said anything, you know, about like, well, I guess I got called out and I need to take it up. That was the point that Gabbie Hanna could have saved her career, okay? She could have saved her career and she could have said, I really screwed up, blah, 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 blah. What does she do? She goes on that red carpet round table or whatever it's called with Gloria Estefan and Perez Hilton and basically says that the whole internet tried to cancel her. This is the continued delusion of Gabbie Hanna. She doesn't live in a world of reality, okay? She's going to get a Grammy. The world is trying to cancel her. She's the world's victim. Everybody's done all this kind of stuff to her, and she has no part in it whatsoever, right? Well, Gabbie, if like other people I've talked about, if you had consulted an image consultant that would have looked at your body of work, including your series, what they would have said to you is, since the internet is your career and you've made it that way and you want to next be a rock star, you've got to fix and correct the foundation for the career that you already have, for the 5 million subscribers that you already have, because people have lost trust with you. People don't care about you anymore, okay? People aren't interested. And so to go to the next phase of your career, you're not building on that solid foundation that you had 5 years ago because you've screwed over so many people. And people are disillusioned with you, okay? So you've got to fix that foundation of your recovery. What are we going to do to fix that foundation that you had 5 or 10 years ago? Well, first, you're going to take accountability. You're going to sit in a video and be very humble and very modest, and you're going to take accountability. You're going to thank your fans for sticking by you. You're going to talk about that you hurt a lot of people that you didn't mean to. You're going to take responsibility for your actions, and then you're going to move forward from that. But that's the first thing that needs to happen. Gabbie didn't do that, okay? Do you remember the scene way back in the day? What was it, The Hills? And it was Lauren Conrad and Heidi Montag, or whatever her name is. And Heidi is apologizing to Lauren. It was like the end of a season. And Heidi says something to Lauren like, "Can you ever forgive me?" And Lauren Conrad looks at Heidi and she says, "I can forgive you, but now I want to forget you." Like, that's kind of where the internet is with Gabbie Hanna, okay? It's kind of like Lauren Conrad looking at, Gabbie Hanna. It's like the whole internet is saying, we can forgive you because it's just continued buffoonery that you believe all of this delusion and lies that you have fed yourself and your audience, okay? But now we want to forget you, and we're going to move on to other people. We're not invested in you anymore. Well, when your career is on the internet and you don't really care about the foundation that you have built for yourself and your audience is existing of 12 to 14-year-olds, you're in trouble, girl, okay? Like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost, you're in danger, girl. Your career's in danger. And that was seen recently when Gabbie Hanna performed in this concert that she did. Okay, so I was watching this video. Let me tell you what it's called. Hold on a second. I had it. Oh, hold on. I do have it all pulled up here. Or I did have it pulled up here. The video is called Gabbie Hanna's Show Didn't Go Well. And it is by Spill Plug. And I will link the video below so you guys can go check it out. I want to give credit to Spill Plug for putting all this together. It was done very well. Spill Plug has footage in the video of Gabbie Hanna's recent concert on, I believe, June 16th, okay? And it was part of this, like, Women of Rock show that she did in LA. And I saw this footage, and it's literally people, they're not even a lot of them recording Gabbie, sitting in the audience. Well, first of all, there's maybe 40 to 50 people max in this venue, okay? And they're all like right up at the thing. And none of them are dancing or rocking out or any of that kind of stuff. Gabbie is, okay? But, they're all like sitting there. And many of them are just like on their phones, looking at their phone. They're not even recording her. They're like looking at their phones. They're looking bored. They're all sitting around, right? I mean, it's crickets in this audience. And it kind of makes me sad for Gabbie because I'm like, Gabbie's dream is to be a rock star. And when you're looking out there, it reminded me of A Truth or Dare with Madonna when she's on her Blonde Ambition tour. And she says something to her brother, who I think at the time is her tour manager. And she says, "I am so tired of looking out there at the first 2 rows and it being William Morris agents, okay? Casting agents and stuff like that." She's like, fill that first 2 rows with real fans. She says something like that. Because she wants to get inspired as a rock star. I can't imagine being this desired rock star and looking at your audience and they're all just standing there not dancing, not even really caring if you're singing, okay? But I don't feel ultimately sorry for Gabbie Hanna because Gabbie Hanna did this to herself, okay? So I go underneath Spill Plug's video and I start reading some of the top comments. The first comment, "I don't think her performing in a small venue was bad. It's everyone looking bored and confused. My guess is some of these people bought tickets to see Gabbie, not for her music. No hate," okay? Well, if you're a real fan of Gabbie Hanna, no matter what she got on stage and did, you'd love it, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're a real fan of Gabbie Hanna, okay? This next comment, which a lot of people think is Gabbie Hanna, is interesting. I think what's important to know is that it wasn't Gabbie's show. It was a ladies' night, and she was one of several performers. So who's to say if anyone was even there for her, you know? She might have just been another artist to some of the crowd. However, okay, so at this ladies' night, there was only 30 people in the whole audience of this ladies' night in Los Angeles, okay? So hold on, because it gets better. However, what's still extremely scummy is the lack of promotion for the venue or the ladies' night itself. I didn't find out until I heard the venue had live streamed it. That's when I found out there was a live stream and other artists like Gabbie, like Thanks Gabbie. The lack of credit to her bands and all of her latest Spotify credit, it goes on and on. It says all this kind of stuff. And there were other comments in there talking about the lack of promotion, and nobody knew. Like, oh, I'm a Gabbie fan, and I didn't know she was performing. Okay, hold on a second. Gabbie Hanna has, I just screenshot this. Gabbie Hanna has 5.29 million subscribers around the world. I don't know how many of those live in LA, live in California, or whatever. But 18 and over 18, I don't know what the age of this venue was, but a majority of them have to live in a driving distance to LA, okay? I mean, I'm not saying 5 million of them, but maybe 1,000 of her diehard fans live in a driving distance. So I got on Gabbie Hanna's Twitter because I was like, the hell that she didn't promote this thing. I saw it on her Instagram story. I saw it, her talking about it on a live thing. I've seen it on her Twitter. She has promoted the hell out of this thing. So I went into her Twitter, and here it is on 6/6, playing a whole 2 weeks before the show, playing a show on June 16th, playing a show June 16th in LA. You coming? Your girl is booked. Come see me and some other hit talented ladies on June 16th. Here, she links it, okay, with where you can buy tickets. Ladies' Night, performance by Gabbie Hanna, June 16th, and so that was that. I Sold My Soul is writing about the ticket of the same game. Come see me June 16th. Tickets and info, and she links it below in another tweet, okay? Giving away 10 tickets tomorrow. First come, first serve. Sign up for the email list to get the link for her tickets to her show. She again links the tickets, okay? And she's giving 10 tickets away to anybody that wants to go see her show for free, and she can't get people to go see her show, okay? Here it is again. And then somebody retweets it. Get your tickets, or she retweets this. Get your tickets to Gabbie Hanna's upcoming live show in LA on June 16th. Get your tickets here. And she retweets it, okay? And I'm like, here it is now, 4 to 10 times that Gabbie Hanna has promoted the show, and nobody will come out, and the people that are there, they're bored, okay? Go watch Spill Plug's video, because it has the video footage on there of how bored people are in the audience, okay? And yet Gabbie Hanna is now, after the concert, talking about how she's going to go on tour across country, or wherever, Europe and who knows at this point, okay? In one of the most difficult economic times ever, number one, and number two, at a time where all of these venues, and people even mention it in the comments of her tweets, go somewhere that is going to be like COVID safe, or you're going to have smaller venues and things like that, right? Okay. That's the first delusion of Gabbie Hanna, is this rock star status. I'm not telling Gabbie Hanna she shouldn't be a rock star. I think that Gabbie's move in this direction is great for her, to pursue her love of music and whatever. The problem is, she didn't clean up the wreckage of her past, okay? And the foundation that she has worked so hard to build upon going forward on the internet, she and she alone, she individually, and she is responsible for this solely, screwed her career by that video series that she did because she needed to be heard. And all of her fans stood by her and told her that what she was doing was right, okay? And I said in video after video after video, she needs to clean this up because this is going to screw her down the road. And here we are. She wants to be a rock star. She wants to do this. She wants to go on tour. And it screwed her, okay? Because nobody cares about her. They've forgotten Gabbie Hanna. That's the truth. She's obsolete at this point, okay? With the remaining fans that she has. Wait, it gets better. So then I notice that the day after this video or this concert where she had 30 people, she tweets out, went to bed a rock star, woke up a rock star. Okay. So then she says, this is from 6/18, I am so excited to tour. And I'm like, so now she's definitely going on tour, okay? Then she starts in with tagging. Now, she tagged Britney Spears, remember, okay? She wanted to write songs for Britney Spears on her comeback. And I said I felt like that was really, like, I thought she was using Britney Spears and her being out of this conservatorship because she was tagging Britney Spears constantly. I want to write this song for you. I want to help you. I want to do this. And she would tag Britney Spears in it, and it was bringing attention to Gabbie. And I'm like, you need to leave this girl alone, okay? You need to leave Britney alone, okay? And I thought it was, like, unbelievable that she was doing that. This is completely something different. But now she is tagging Blumhouse Film Studios, okay? Can we make this horror comedy a horror reality? She tags Jason Blum, I think that's how you pronounce it, Blumhouse or Blumhouse, but I think it's Blumhouse. Jason Blum and Blumhouse, okay? Hold on. Once, and then she gives them this idea for a movie. That's silly. It's completely silly, okay? Then, hold on a second. Where's the second one? She does another one. What do you think, Blumhouse? Okay, I'm not including all these screenshots because honestly, it's so much at this point. So she tells us, like, story time of this. She had this great idea for a horror movie, okay? This is like listening to a 15-year-old and they're like, oh my God, I have the greatest idea for a movie. Let me tell you, whatever, okay? And this, like, at first I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of like a good idea maybe for a horror movie, but that it's been done 15 times. And it was kind of like halfway through me watching this video of her. You can go see it on her Twitter. All this is on her Twitter. You can just go over there and see all of Whitney's receipts over there. But halfway through, I was kind of like Scooby-Doo with one ear up. I was like, I was like, girl, this is the most complicated horror movie I have ever heard in my entire life. Plus, if they ever made it, you literally just told the beginning to the end. Anybody that knows anything, that works in Hollywood, works in music, anything, okay? And I've been around long enough to know, you give a very short pitch and you don't tell the internet your entire idea beginning to end of a movie, of a book, of whatever, okay? And you definitely don't put it out there until it's confirmed. You just don't. So until a tour is confirmed, you don't say, I'm going on tour. Because then you're going to have to come back and say, and I had to do this with my podcast. I don't know what we're doing with our podcast. I'm hoping, I just talked to my friend Melissa yesterday. I said, we got to get on this podcast thing, right? But you don't say something until it's confirmed because people are waiting for it, right? Okay, so she's doing all of this and putting all this out there. She put the whole idea. So now she's trying to have rights to movie, selling this movie to Blumhouse Studios. And then next, she's going to get a Grammy. She has said that before in the past. I'm like, I don't know, best screechy voice singer in a... I mean, I personally, there's been like 2 songs. I love that Out Loud song. I'm being completely 100% honest. Lasso truth around me. That Out Loud song by Gabbie Hanna, I like that song. I really do. Some of her lyrics, not bad, I don't think. Some music that she's put out in the last year or two, like the one that, I think it was the one where she was like up and down in the hallway. You know, I like that song. It was okay. It wasn't bad. But some of this stuff, I'm like, I don't think she hears what the rest of us are hearing, okay? And that doesn't mean anybody should tell her not to be an artist, not to be a rock star, not to be a dreamer. You know what I mean? But like I said, you can have a microphone and you can have a stage, and that don't make you a rock star, all right? And what she really needs to be doing is asking people that have been there, what should I do, okay? You know, what should I do next? Because this is the thing. A lot of people in the comments were like, you know, they cited somebody, and I was like, I can't remember who it was, like Beyonce or somebody. I was like, well, she's no Beyonce, let's just be for real, right? But somebody was like, even so-and-so, oh no, I think it was Billie Eilish, said even Billie Eilish's first shows were really, really small. Okay, Gabbie Hanna is not Billie Eilish. We need to have a reality check for anybody that is saying that, okay? And I'm not saying she shouldn't dream. I'm not saying that whatsoever, okay? But she is a little bit older than Billie Eilish. And she's got some work to do to speed up to the rest of the world, okay? Or she's going to be 40, still touring small venues, wondering why she's not a rock star, blaming everybody else that stood in her way, and we're going to get another, you know, a video series about how the world has screwed her out of being a rock star, okay? When she stood in the way of her own success. Gabbie, it's very, very simple, okay? And I wish you no harm. I wish you the best success of being the greatest rock star in the entire world. There are people that love every single song that you put out. They love your lyrics. They love you as a person. They love your tattoos. They love your vibe. They love everything about them, or about you, right? Embrace them. Embrace your audience enough to know that they deserve the Gabbie that they loved 5 years ago when they first found you, okay? They deserve that Gabbie to take responsibility for the actions that have gotten her to the point where her career is real screwed up right now. Do that for them. My camera stopped right when I was getting heated at the 30-minute mark. Okay, but what I was saying was, do it for your audience, Gabbie, and do it for you, okay? I don't know if what she puts out there in the world is real or believable, or if she really does believe this stuff, but when you go through her Twitter, okay, and it's like, here on 6/21, she said, not bragging or anything, but I'm in the prime of my life. Okay, congratulations, you know, that you're happy and that you're living life. And she goes on to say all this kind of stuff. And then there was like a tweet that she put out. She says, attention, I'm really proud of this. And she puts this YouTube video out. It's been a journey trying to find out who I am as a content creator in this phase of life. And damn, I think I found it. Consider this my prototype, only up from here, right? Which is really great, I think, self-affirmation of who she believes that she is of herself. It feels so amazing to be proud of the content I'm making again. I've been working towards this for a long time. It's still happening. And she goes on to say all this kind of stuff, and then somebody in there says something about people come so hard for Gabbie Hanna, and, you know, yes, she's messy, and she's this, and she's that, and whatever. But aren't you supposed to be living your most authentic life? And she retweets this and says something to it. And I'm like, but you aren't living your most authentic life, Gabbie. You're not, okay? And I think to a lot of the audience that has left, that's been very evident to them. You know, you've skipped a huge part of growth by not taking accountability for the harm that you did to others by those videos that you put out, right? Like, you put that video series out, and it's just like, what? Who? And now you're suffering as a result of that. And, you know, it's going to continue to affect your career, whether you're a rock star, you're a YouTuber, whatever you're doing. And I think that she seems very, very lost right now, trying to figure out what her next move is going to be. And I can tell that she's really excited about wanting to put out music and wanting to be a rock star and wanting to be, you know, whatever, and go on tour. But for you to be successful at that, you have to fix what you already did to this foundation that you built. Way back when you were a Viner, all of the damage that you've done hurting people along the way, you got to take some responsibility for that to grow as a human being. And when you do that, okay, people in life, whether you're a YouTuber or you're just living out here, living large, okay, people around you start recognizing, oh my God, they're like changing, like they're growing, you know, and they're not the person I thought they were before. And there's a peace and there's a serenity and there's a happiness to them. And then they want to engage in that and they want to be around you and they want to show up to the show, okay? And when you do that and you take responsibility, not because you owe it to the world, but because you want to work on yourself, people will start showing up to the show. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I love you and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.